Jason Statham's 67% Rotten Tomatoes action team-up just quietly made its long-awaited return to streaming. Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson are two of the biggest movie stars in the world, and 6 years ago they teamed up for an epic action thriller that just got the streaming update fans have been waiting for. Both Johnson and Statham star in Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw, the spin-off movie set in the Fast and Furious universe that also features Vanessa Kirby and Idris Elba. Hobbs and Shaw had previously not been streaming anywhere until Peacock came to the rescue and quietly added the movie to its library, where it can now be watched by anyone with a subscription. Hobbs and Shaw earned respectable scores of 67% from critics and 88% from general audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, and the film earned a whopping $760 million at the box office on a hefty production budget of $200 million. Hobbs and Shaw was written by Chris Morgan and Drew Pearce, with iconic action director David Leitch stepping up to helm the film. Morgan is beyond familiar with the Fast and Furious franchise. He served as the scribe on the 2006 installment, The Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, and he worked on 5 more F&F movies between then and Hobbs and Shaw. On the other side of the spectrum is Pearce. The only Fast and Furious movie he's ever worked on is Hobbs and Shaw, but he did venture into the Marvel Universe more than 10 years ago for Iron Man 3, the last solo Iron Man movie starring Robert Downey Jr. Leitch most recently directed The Fall Guy, Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, and Bullet Train, Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Not long before the end of 2024, scribe Chris Morgan came out during the press tour for Red One, Chris Evans, and announced that he was working on a script for Hobbs and Shaw 2, but that it was too early to give anything definitive on where the story could go. Naturally, if no story details are available, it's also way too early to begin lining up a filming start date, especially with stars as busy as Johnson and Statham. The two will be seen together as Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw in the upcoming Fast and Furious 11, which will be the final installment in the franchise. Expanded roles for both characters were teased in Fast X. Fast and Furious Presents, Hobbs and Shaw stars Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson. Stay tuned to Collider for more streaming updates and watch Hobbs and Shaw on Peacock.